Hello class. So here we have our olive trees. I have a couple olive trees in pots. Actually I have 7 olive trees in pots. And then on the other side of my garden fence, next door, that big tree there, that is a multi-trunk olive tree, pretty good size. See the silvery leaves? Let me show you the one here. Again, silvery foliage, green on top, silver underneath, kind of curled and fairly waxy. Unfortunately, the fruit fell off our trees. I already harvested them. There's no more olives on these guys, but there was earlier this spring. And again, there's several more. There's one there in a pot. There's one there in a pot. And there's one here in a pot. Again, all of them have that silvery cast, narrow leaves, waxy green surface, silver underneath. So olive is Olea europaea, native to the Mediterranean part of Europe, Spain, Italy, North Africa, Greece, Turkey. It's a great Mediterranean plant, multi-trunk tree or a single trunk tree. This is a small one in a pot. In the ground in the desert, it's going to grow to be about 12 to 15 feet high and wide. Very drought tolerant. They are evergreen. They do not lose leaves. So they can get by on water, deep soaking once a month. Maybe a little bit more, but definitely very, very drought tolerant, but no more than once a week. In fact, if you overwater olives, you can kill them with the disease of root rot, fungal and bacterial diseases which attack their roots. So keep them on the dry side. In containers, I have to water them about once a week because they have a pretty decent root system that uses up a lot of the soil in the pots, but in the ground they're very, very tough. They're hardy to about 10 degrees. They take immense heat. They only grow in full sun though. They will not grow in shade. They can grow in a pot but still need full sun. They can be bonsai'd. They can be ornamental. There are fruitless varieties that don't have any fruit. Those are best for the landscape because olives can get messy. Fruiting olives like this big guy back here, which is a mission olive, when it's covered in olives, there's a parking lot on the other side there and it's pretty messy and nobody wants to park their car there. So choose a fruitless variety if you're just looking for the Mediterranean look. Otherwise, there's tons of olive varieties out there. You just want to make sure that you check the pollinator because a lot of them will need a pollinator. Like this is Arborquina, and then I have Marino, and they're pollinators with each other. So when you buy your olive, make sure you just check that you don't need a pollinator or that you have the pollinator. That's a mission there. That big tree there pollinates all my olives. I don't have a problem. Make olive oil. Remember that the olive fruit has to be cured. You don't eat it off the tree. It's pretty gross. You have to cure it and brine, and there's different ways you can do that. And then, of course, you could press the fresh fruit to make oil. Olive leaves, the young leaves, the young foliage, let's see if I can zoom in, can be used to make a tea and is rich in antioxidants and is a good hair and skin wash. Again, olives are a great tree. Highly recommend them because they grow gnarly, multi-trunked. They have a lot of attitude towards them and they make fantastic potted plants. Very drought tolerant. Also, there's again shortage of olive oil around the world, so it is a potentially a potential cash crop olive oil if somebody wants to grow actual olive oil varieties. There's a lot of them to choose from. What we have, what I recommend are Mission olive, and then we have Arborquina, Arborsana, which are Spanish, This guy here is a Koroniki Greek. This one's Maurino. This is a Frantoio. I have a Manzanillo. And then my last one over here is an Ascolana. All very good varieties. Again, Olea europaea, the olive.